That's a live. That's the data. That's the bell. Now we're going to see if we can get a live price from the NASDAQ. Remember, the IPO price was 135. We're looking to see where it opens. If you look at variational is telling us that it will open at $175. We're going to be trading it on variational. So right now the perps price is $175. IPO price 135. That's Elon. Just said his speech. Very, very, very good speech. We'll go back and we'll listen to it. Okay, let's see if we can actually get a price feed. Researchers, if you can see a price feed, please let me know. Okay, and I'm just opening a trading view screen here. Okay, what's going on here? There's something going on here. I think they're waiting for the price to start trading. By the way, Elon becomes a trillionaire. There's a certain price at which Elon becomes a trillionaire. Researchers, let me know what the actual price is. No data on TradingView yet. No data here. No data on the official NASDAQ site yet. So there's no real share price for SpaceX yet. The biggest IPO of the year. $1.75 trillion at $135 a share. Let's see where it opens up. We're going to be trading it right here. We're trading it on variational. As you can see, we can also trade it on Blowfin. I'm going to quickly open a Blowfin link. $174 is what this predicts that it's going to open up. They used the soundtrack of Rocket Man, which is quite cool, I think. This is a loop, by the way. I mean, I think it's pretty apt that they use the Rocket Man soundtrack on a day like this. Hold on, let's just get some more info. Alright, we are waiting to see where this opens. They raised $75 billion, of which about a third of that was actually raised from retail investors. At the same time, another headline which you probably want to see, the market has come down a bit. Could be because of SpaceX, but could also be because Trump came out and said that the US, the deal that people have leaked around Iran is actually not a real deal. And so what you can see if you look here I'm looking at SpaceX chart, that's where my head is, but the NASDAQ is now down. Okay, it's now back up. Wow. Okay, it's back up. Let's look at the S&P 500. This market's extremely volatile today. Okay, up 0.24%. Here we go. That's Elon and the SpaceX team. I mean, they didn't think they would even be able to fly, and here we are. Okay, let's just see. Is there a live price yet? There isn't a live price coming from the NASDAQ. There isn't a live price on TradingView yet. Remember, right now the price on variational is 171.45. I'm quickly going to open Blowfin because Blowfin also allow you to trade SpaceX. Let's just see if I need to log in. Let me quickly log in. That will take a second. You know, with 2FAs and everything, you have to be super careful here. Okay, let me get an account here on Blowfin. In the meantime, let's watch it on variational. Here it is. Right now on variational 171. On TradingView, is there a price yet? There is no price yet on TradingView. There is no price yet on SpaceX stock here. I'm ready to trade. I've got my money in my account on variational. By the way, you can copy me on variational. Get the guys to put a variational link below. If you use the code OmniRun, you'll farm points on this perpetuals exchange, but you will also get a 15% point kicker, which you won't be able to get anywhere else. Let me just tell the guys that. And SpaceX. Okay, let's have a look here. Still no price. I think they're waiting for something to happen here. Let's see what the hell's going on here. Still no price. No price on TradingView. I'm going to go onto the 1 minute chart just to make sure, the 3 minute chart. SPCX. There we go. SpaceX, no data yet. NASDAQ, no data yet. We'll keep watching these images until the stock actually happens, the trade actually happens. I'm trying to get a blow fin account open. I mean, you've got to take your hat off to what these people have managed to do in the amount of time they've managed to do it. They're sending rockets to space. They're talking about building data centers in space. You should watch the speech. I mean, the speech was absolutely amazing when he came on. I really think it was amazing. Let's have a look here. Let's have a look here. Okay, we are waiting for SpaceX to open so we can see if there's actually a trade. I just got music, but let's see. Let's see what's happening here. Okay, we are looking for a price. By the way, you can see that the indicated price, as per our news terminal, which by the way was the fastest news source. If you're not following 247 Newswire, you should be following 247 Wire, because this is the fastest news account. This was the fastest news account in the world at the moment. You can verify it. You can see that the indicated price, according to 247 Wire, was 174 versus the 171. If you look on variational, it's at 170, so slight little arbitrage there. Nothing on TradingView yet. Nothing coming from the NASDAQ quite yet. Definitely a copyright strike coming for us for using Rocketman content, but we don't care because we are here bringing you the love and the wisdom. You can also see, by the way, while we're waiting, you can see that Trump. Wait, something is going on.
Yeah, it is certainly hard to believe that a little company that started in a warehouse.
This is a replay of Elon's speech, just by the way.
Is now,
while we're waiting for the thing to start trading,
is now going public for with the largest IPO that ever. And let me tell you, if people had told me this was going to happen,
this is a replay, by the way, just so you know.
Man, you must be smoking some really good crack, because I think this company's going to fail. I mean, I gave SpaceX less than a 10% chance of succeeding at all, to be clear. In fact, I told people this. I said, look,
we're still waiting for it to start trading. Just
give it a try, because if we don't, if there's not a new company that enters space, we will never be a truly spacefaring civilization. While the other aerospace companies, they build good rockets and everything, they were simply not pursuing the technology that's necessary to make life multiplanetary, to make Star Trek, to make the exciting science fiction futures that we've read about real. And that's what SpaceX is all about. It's to take the fiction out of science fiction and create an exciting, inspiring future for everyone. We want to be able to take anyone who wants to go to the moon, anyone who wants to go to Mars, or anywhere in the solar system, and maybe beyond the solar system at some point. We want to be able to take you there. Not just a few astronauts. I mean you, literally you. If you watch, whoever you are watching this, SpaceX wants to be able to take you to the moon, take you to Mars, and ultimately beyond. And And I'm confident at this point that with the incredible team that we have here at SpaceX, that we will do that for you.
No price coming out of the NASDAQ either. That's the Elon speech. Trading it on variational over here. You can trade it on 𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗏 as well. There are links below to both. Hardest, are there links below to variational and?
I always think about this. There are always problems on Earth. There are always problems on Earth. There are always things that we wish to be better, that we want to solve here on Earth, and we should solve them. But there also have to be things that get you excited about the future, that make you glad to wake up in the morning, because you can't wait to see what happens next. And that's the future that SpaceX wants to bring to you. Yeah.
Okay, let's see what's going on here. So nothing yet on the live price. Let's have a look here. Nothing yet here on the live price. This is I think it's a... So Elon rang the bell a while ago. I wonder why we're not actually getting a feed of the price. Let's have a look here. Let's see, any live price yet. We still haven't found a live price. Still haven't been able to... Let me know where you think it's going to trade. I mean, it was listed at 135. I think everyone expected to open slightly higher. Expected to open 174. Variational telling us that it's going to open. Let's have a look here. We can still look at 𝗕𝗏𝗏. I don't have the account open, but we can still look at 𝗕𝗏𝗏. We could just look at the actual asset. So, okay, no, I don't actually want to try. I just want to go straight to the markets here. And I want to, here we go, SpaceX 171.88 on 𝗕𝗏𝗏. So 171.88 on 𝗕𝗏𝗏, and on variational about 171. So there's no arbitrage between the platforms. Right now, nothing coming out. It's still halted. So you get if you think about how it works, people are asking why is SpaceX not trading yet? Here's the reason. This is a replay, so I'm going to switch it off just for now. So 𝗘𝗿𝗍 later says, here's the reason why SpaceX is not trading yet. IPO was quoted at 9:50, and the expected time to begin trading was 10 a.m. EST. Before trading begins, the NASDAQ must complete a price discovery auction where buy and sell orders are collected and matched. At around 9:50, which was, almost an hour ago, indications came out which essentially are a gauge of where the stock will open. First indications came out at $175 a stock. That's 30% premium to the 135 if you manage to get them at that price. During the process, orders are entered into, but no trades occur. NASDAQ continuously update the pending. The opening price is adjusted until supply and demand are in balance. Only then does the opening auction occur and print the first trade. For major IPOs, delays are common, such as Google 2024, Meta in 2012, which saw their first trades over 2 hours after the US market opened. We expect SpaceX to IPO for trading within the next 60 minutes. That came out 24 minutes ago. So we're talking about minutes here. Let's just have a look here. See what 𝗏𝗍𝗏 says. He says 3 weeks ago, XAI looked like SpaceX's biggest liability. Blah blah blah. Then SpaceX disclosed a $75 billion compute contract with Anthropic and a Google one for $920 million a month. The narrative flipped. This is talking about how they came on and looked very overvalued. But then what happened was they showed that they had data center deals, one with Anthropic and 2 with Google. And that took their sales, their multiplier of sales at 1.75 trillion to about half of that. So yeah, that's the promise of SpaceX on it. Let's just have a look here. Let's just quickly go and see if there's anything happening here. I don't think so, because I think they're still matching the buys and the sells as they were talking. Let's have a look here. Wow, the first trade is going to be like an unbelievable trade. Just think about it. Like, imagine the goosebumps of like the biggest company ever trading. We'll watch it trading together live. Looks like, if you look at variational, it looks like 171. If you look at 𝗏𝗏𝗏, 171. Remember, guys, you can trade SpaceX on 𝗏𝗏𝗏 and on variational. Now, the difference between trading on 𝗏𝗏𝗏 and variational is on 𝗏𝗏𝗏, it's a centralized exchange. It's a non-KYC centralized exchange. You can just sign up. You'll receive a $50 voucher when you sign up immediately. Non-KYC, receive a $50 voucher. What are you waiting for? And then there's a video to show you how to claim your $50. On variational, you are trading and it's a decentralized exchange, so you have to connect your wallet. You're trading and you're actually farming points as well. Now, if you use the code OMNIRUN, then you get a 15% point kicker, which is the biggest point kicker in the industry at the moment. And you get your airdrop points weekly. So you get them every single week. You can sell them every single week. So you can trade it here or you can trade it here. Both of them on leverage. You can do it. Yeah, I can see it. It's in. I've just spoken about it. Let's see what else is happening here. Okay. Why don't we have a feed yet? Why don't we have a feed yet? We almost have a feed. It's not us. Let's see what Eric Balcuna says. That page doesn't exist anymore. By the way, I have been following the news, just so you know. I've been following this Trump story. Trump came out and said that the deal terms that are going around Twitter, the ones that everyone thought were a peace deal, were actually fake. And as a result, what you can see is that the oil price, let's quickly look at the oil price together. I think we can look at WTI, that we don't have to look at Brent. It's slightly up, ever so slightly up. So the market does believe that there's a deal in the making, but it doesn't believe yet that the deal is coming into play. That's probably the biggest news that's happening right now. While we are waiting for, again, I say to you guys, probably the most important account that you follow on Twitter is 247Wire. Hardest link below to 247Wire. Why? Because this account is the fastest news wire in the world at the moment. This is the fastest news wire in the world. You can see it just leaks news, no opinions. Fastest news wire in the world. If you're not following at 247Wire, follow 247Wire. It is the fastest thing in the world. Doge pumping. What are you talking about? Where? I mean, what am I missing here? Or is this spam? Is this guy spam and he's going to get blocked?
Yeah, this guy sees.
Is he spam or Doge is up 4%? Well, hold it. I mean, he's right. Doge.
He's freaking out.
He's not freaking out. Doge is. I mean, it's up 4% in the last day. But let's see what's happening in the last couple of minutes. Yes, obviously because of Elon, Doge is pumping, right? Because Elon. Anything here happening from CNBC? No, just replays of Rocket Man. Anything happening here? We'll keep watching the 247 Newswire to make sure that it's all there. By the way, again, I say if you're not following 247 Newswire, follow 247 Newswire. It is the most important source of news because it breaks news within milliseconds. It's a Twitter account. Okay, let's see if the NASDAQ is feeding us any prices yet. Okay, no prices for SpaceX yet. Any prices here? No prices for SpaceX. Oh, that's a Bitcoin price. Bitcoin 63,444. We may as well take the chance to look at the bubbles while we're waiting for everything to load up. What is happening on the bubbles? Velvet, what? I saw this thing. I know it was on Kyle's show. Up 71% today. Market slightly greener than it has been. Slightly greener, but nothing actually happens. I mean, the research is sending me stuff here. Let's have a look here. Let's have a look. What is this? Okay, it just shows basically how SpaceX actually make money. By now, you should have all done your homework and know how SpaceX actually makes money. If you don't know how SpaceX actually makes money, let me help you. The big chunk of its money is actually made from Starlink, right? So I'm not sure of the exact numbers. In fact, Naz, I know you're watching. Can you send me the breakdown of the SpaceX numbers? The biggest part of it is Starlink. Now, you know what Starlink is. It's satellites that are put into orbit, and we use a satellite here, and we can stream Wi-Fi using Starlink. Now, Starlink is an amazing business which started a couple of years ago with 0 users. I think today Naz will send us all the documents now, and we can actually break down all the revenues. But you can see that it has really 3 or 4 components. The first thing is Starlink, $11.4 billion in the last financials. That is the Starlink business. The space business, which is launches to space. Now, who needs launches to space? Governments, for one, but other companies that need satellites for communication, for connectivity, do want to send satellites into space. And the cheapest way to send satellites into space is actually using SpaceX because of their Falcon 9 rocket. Their Falcon 9 rocket is a semi-reusable rocket. It does a whole lot of launches. In fact, I will actually get you all the details here. I should have all the details here. Let's have a look here. Let's just have a look here. Here we go. I've got all the details for us over here. Let me actually go to the revenue split. Okay, so Starlink 2026 had 10 million active subscribers in 160 countries. In 2025, Starlink generated $11.4 billion worth of revenue. If you go to the rocket business, which is the second part of the revenue, what you can see is that generally, let me just get it here. In 2025, SpaceX conducted 165 orbital launches, right? So in 2025, this business conducted 165 orbital launches. NASA uses it, the Pentagon uses it, commercial companies use it, all to send satellites into space. But 74% of all the launches that this company did last year were actually to get satellites for Starlink into space. They could build a satellite. This is the curveball. The curveball is the XAI business, which SpaceX actually landed up buying. Now, what is that XAI business? That was Elon's answer to OpenAI. Remember, Elon was the founder of OpenAI, didn't like what Sam Altman was doing it. He thought that what Sam Altman was doing was making OpenAI commercial, and he believed that it shouldn't be a commercial company. It should be for the public benefit of everyone. And in turn, he started XAI. Now, XAI was a loss-making company, but the one good thing that XAI had was they knew how to build data centers. They built the biggest data center in the world. I think it's called the Colossus data center. They built, Colossus data center. They built that in 122 days, believe it or not. It's got 200,000 NVIDIA GPUs, 300 megawatts of compute, all under one roof. And the fact that now SpaceX has data centers gives it two advantages. The first thing is they can do deals with the likes of Google and Anthropic by selling them data space deals, and that's exactly what they've done. They've done the massive deals. But the other thing is they develop a core competence for building data centers, and now they're going to start launching data centers in space. The biggest limitation that we have today to progression is the fact that we don't have enough power. So with AI, everybody needs power, but we don't have enough power, and we don't have enough power to mine AI, and we don't have enough power to cool the data centers to actually mine AI. So when you go to space and you've got unlimited solar energy, and outside of the and the temperatures are what the temperatures are out there, then you can effectively mine, or you get completely rid of the power issue. And so that's how the SpaceX business intends to land up making money going forward. Anyway, let's see how we are doing. First of all, have we started trading? We have not started trading. Indicated to open. The last post we got was indicated to open at $174 a share. I am watching this live. Believe me, I'm watching this live. Here is the financial revenue dashboard for SpaceX. As you can see, can you see? I don't think you can see. Let's have a look here. I think I need to reshare my screen. Do I? Let's have a look here. Which screen can you see?
That one.
Okay, let me kill that one. And let me kill that one. And let's see if we can see the screen and we can actually see we can see the charts. Okay, let's quickly have a look at the charts here. SpaceX, is SpaceX trading? Is SpaceX not trading? We're waiting for the biggest IPO in the world to trade. Nothing. Oh, it's down to 168 on variational. I guess it's probably down to 168. So now we're talking about 168.62 from the 135. Remember, you can trade all this volatility. You can trade it on Blowfin. You can trade it on variational. I've got $10,000 in this account to trade. I think up, but I don't know if up above 174, 175. I'm not sure I'm ready to put a trade. Let's wait for a little bit more volatility here to see what we want to do. Meanwhile, we'll carry on reading. Let's have a look here. Let's see, okay, let's have a look here. 168.38. That's where we're at. I'm going to monitor the timelines. I'm going to monitor the timelines just to see where let's have a look here. Let's see what's happening here. Nothing happening as I can see as it relates to SpaceX, to be honest. I do see some news around Iran. I think that the deal must be right there, because you don't get, I mean, Doge had a little bit of a spike. Doge spiked from, okay, it looks like a lot because I'm looking on the 1 hour chart. That's what's going on here. Otherwise, let's have a look here. Bitcoin almost 64,000. Such a big day. Such a big day. Let's have a look. Okay, let's have a look here. SpaceX is now halted for regulatory concerns. You can see that over here. This is 𝗕𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗧 tweet. It says, SpaceX is now halted for regulatory concerns after crashing $50 million in volume, about 100 times the average. But at what price were those trades? Okay, halted, regulatory concern. I wonder how long it's going to be halted for. Let's have a look here. So, some confusion going on here. Still 2x in the ETF, blah, blah, blah. Okay, this is not SpaceX. This is SPCL, which is a SpaceX ETF. So there's a SpaceX ETF, which is now halted for regulatory concern after crashing 50 million of volume. SPCL is the ticker. Let's have a look at this. SPCL is the ticker. Let's have a look at this. Insane. SPCL, that's the ticker, which is the Space Plus Daily ETF. Look at that for price volatility. Let's see. Let's quickly just get a ChatGPT here. And let's find out. Let me just get a ChatGPT window open here. And let's find out very quickly what this SPCL has inside it. What's wrapped in the SPCL? SPCL. No, we want chat. This is a completely unscheduled screen, guys. So if you are here, just help me get some distribution. Okay. What is the SPCL ETF? What's in it? Okay, bang, let's go. Okay, let's go. Come on, chat. You can't let me down on a day like this. Okay, it's a Defiant Space 2x strategy ETF. It's a newly launched leverage ETF that aims to deliver 2 times the daily performance of a basket of pure play space companies. So it's a leveraged ETF on the space industry. It is designed for traders who are bullish on the space sector and want amplified, in other words, amplified means leveraged exposure. The underlying portfolio is concentrated in companies' satellite communication, satellite to phone connectivity, launch services, space infrastructure, space-enabled data. The companies are AST Mobile, Rocket Labs, Planet Labs, and I guess SpaceX must be going in there because that's why, unless that's just a beta play on SpaceX. Who knows? We're waiting for the trade. Is there any... Let's have a look here. Okay, here's the number of successful launches by company. Just to show you how Rocket Lab launched 81 rockets, SpaceX launched 679, and Jeff Bezos' company launched 41, including the one, well, not including the one that didn't quite make it. Okay, let's see. This is, again, as I say, completely unscheduled stream. We're watching to see. Okay, let's see. Yeah, something. Okay, there we go. Okay, who is this Lunar company? Okay, space stocks are getting hit today, 12th of June, yeah, as investors appear to be following the sell the proxies buy the leader playbook. So people are getting out of space stocks, but they're getting into the space ETF. I don't understand how investors think. Hardis, can you get me a yellow juice, please? In the fridge. Okay, let's see. Is there a price on SpaceX yet from the NASDAQ? The answer is no. Is there a price on SpaceX on... Whoa. Something's happening here. Some SPCX. Come on. Okay, no trade yet. We're about an hour after the auction process opened. Bitcoin, by the way, is at 64,000. See, so let's talk. So the researchers are saying we should call up the charts of the companies that pumped. So quickly, let me actually call up the companies. These are all the space stocks. Let's quickly see how they pumped. So one of them is SPCE. That's Virgin Galactic. That pumped, but then it dumped because everyone thought that was SpaceX. Dummies. ASTS. Let's look at ASTS. Again, I don't know what these companies do. They're obviously all rocket companies. I'm not a rocket man myself. Okay, you see they're all pumped ahead of the listing day. Now they're starting to dump because people are saying... ASTS, not AST, ASTS. ASTS. Next one is Voyage. See, they're all pumped ahead of the excitement, which is now buy the rumor, sell the news. I mean, at 2052, it's back down at 43. So space companies Really pumped ahead of the IPO. Now starting to cool down. Space ETF, obviously it's going to get SpaceX included, which is the thing here. Back Redwire, another beta. Redwire. Okay, let's look at Redwire, which is another beta. Redwire is another beta. Redwire Corporation. Didn't do so well. Well, it pumped, but now it's back down to where it started. Look, again, I don't know anything about these space stocks. I'm a crypto man. I'm not a rocket man. Rocket man. Can you play Rocket Man on the guitar?
On the guitar, yeah.
Hardest is a guitar guy. He's a guitar guy. So we guitar together. By the way, if you're not already following the 247 again, it's a free Twitter account. It is the fastest Twitter account out there. It's not a human Twitter account. It's a news terminal Twitter account. Absolutely free. You should follow it at 247 That's the Twitter account. Let's carry on. Let's quickly look at what's going on here. Is CNBC telling us anything, or are they not telling us anything? No. So these are just replays, guys. These are just replays. Okay. Okay, let's carry on. We are watching. Okay, what is going on here? I mean, CNBC put on quite a show earlier. Let's just see if it's prices, because it is on the hour. On the hour, you want to make sure that there's nothing happening. Variational quoting at 165. Okay, hold on. There might be a trade coming into play here. Might be a trade coming into play here.
See?
That was Elon's speech. We've heard it already. We don't want to hear it again. We don't want to hear it again. We've heard it. We don't want to hear it again. SpaceX indicated to open at 162. That came out 12th of June, 5 p.m. That was 2 minutes ago. Did the terminal post anything? I only trust the terminal. I don't trust the other guys. 247 Wire. Did it post anything? Let me just refresh this. No, only 1 hour ago. Let's have a look here. Okay, let's have a look here. They're talking about $162 opening. That's why. So remember, we expect it came on at 135. It came on at 135. Then it was indicated to open at 174, 175. We heard that an hour ago, which was here, and now it's talking about 165. It looks like they're getting closer to giving us an opening price here. Here we go. 247 Wire. Let's have a look here. The valuation calculator as written by Andre and Claude. At 135, it's 1.77 trillion. Yes, we know that. If it opens at 160, 165, it's a 2.15 trillion valuation. Can we add Elon? Can we add Elon's wealth here? Can we add Andre? We need Elon's wealth. Is Elon Musk going to be a trillionaire? Let's go to Polymarket and find out what the market's saying. Elon trillionaire. Okay, let's have a look here. Is Elon going to be a trillionaire? Come on, I don't know if it allows you to search like that. Polymarket. Come on, Polymarket, be better. Guys, send me the here we go. Will Elon Musk a trillionaire before 2027? 97% chance, of course, because after this he will be a trillionaire. Andre, put in your model Elon Musk's wealth at each. Tell Claude to work out Elon Musk's wealth at each level over here. Okay, and there is another thing. Okay, now it's 𝗘𝗿𝗄 is reporting 162 per share. 162 per share based on Andre's model. 162 per share. 162 based on Andre's model. 2.14 trillion. We need to know Elon's wealth. We need to know Elon's wealth. It all comes down. Let's get some Elon talking and music. We know it's you know this is second hand, eh?
I always think about this. There are always problems on Earth. There are always problems on Earth. There are always things that we wish to be better, that we want to solve here on Earth, and we should solve them. But there also have to be things that get you excited about the future. that make you glad to wake up in the morning because you can't wait to see what happens next. And that's the future that SpaceX wants to bring to you. Yeah.
Okay, wait. I need to talk about something. Here. 𝗕𝗬𝗕𝗓.
Yes.
Let me know also in the chat. Do you think that Elon stole that jacket from Jensen Huang? Because I can tell you that Jensen Huang's jacket, bro. Look here, I'll show you. Jensen, you don't even, every photo of Jensen is the same. Okay, I'm just going to go to images. Look. Now, you remember that they went to Thailand recently, right? Not to Thailand, to China with Trump. And now it looks like Elon has maybe stolen a jacket from Jensen Huang. There were pictures of them on Air Force One, and now I can tell you that it's the same jacket. I mean, let's just have a look here. You can basically tell from the collar, it looks like Elon may have taken a jacket from Jensen Huang. Okay, let's just see, it's that one button thing over here. That's the detail we're looking at here. That's the detail. Yeah, it's that one button collar. You see it's that one button collar. I'm telling you, when they went to China, this is what happened. Andre, are you on this model, bro? And Joe, are you following? Let's find Joe and ask him if 247Wire is updating. Joe, is 247Wire updating? 247, is it updating on Twitter? It would be quite embarrassing if it wasn't, but I think it is. Okay, let's have a look here. Well, we can listen to Elon while we. Okay, 247Wire. Is there any update to 247Wire updating? Let's have a look here. Okay, Claude's making us a dashboard to show us the SpaceX IPO valuation and Elon's net wealth valuation, by the way. In the meantime, the price on variational right now, 167.21, and the price on 𝗏𝗏, 167.21. You can trade SpaceX right through the weekend, even when the markets are closed. Once on 𝗏𝗏 and on variational, one's a centralized exchange with no KYC, one's a decentralized exchange where you earn points. Yeah, you can do that. All right, Claude's making us information. In the meantime, we can scroll and just see if there's any. I just recorded an interview with 𝗕𝗿𝗀𝗀, which I'm going to drop on the weekend. You want to watch that interview, I promise you that much. All right, let's have a look here. What is happening here? That's Elon. Elon Musk posted this. Well, let's see what Elon Musk posted.
Excited to be here. Today we make history again. We have a history of making history. So I want everyone to know that we did open this morning in a rather exciting way. We launched. Falcon 9 launched Starlink satellites to orbit. So what company would do such a thing on the day that they open in the public market? SpaceX would, right? I am so proud of this team. Today, this year we are 24 years old. Elon founded this company in 2002, initially to build rockets and spaceships that will take humans to Mars, the moon, and even beyond. We've not quite gotten to Mars. We're almost at the moon, but let's just quickly run through the amazing things that you guys have accomplished. 2008, 6 weeks after a failure of Flight 3 Falcon 1, we got the first liquid-fueled rocket to orbit from a private company. Yay. Yay. By the way, I should have prefaced this with, everyone said we could never get to orbit. Check. But it was a little rocket. Then everyone said, well, you can't get a real rocket to orbit. 2 years later, we got a real rocket to orbit, Falcon 9. Oh, well, you'll never get to the space station, because that's what we really want to do, right? We want to take humans outside the bounds of Earth, but you'll never get astronauts to the space station. Check. We did that too. Doubters, right? Oh, you'll never fly Falcon 9 enough. You'll never get to production. 165 launches last year. Check. You'll never build a rocket large enough to take humans to the moon and Mars. We build one, we've flown it, and this year I believe we'll get to orbit with that vehicle, and we'll recover the second stage. We've already recovered the first stage and reflown it. So good on you all for that too. With the merger, the acquisition of xAI, we now as a group own the largest coherent gigawatt class compute on the planet, which will help us truth seek and understand the universe. So congratulations to all of us for that. So we're about 22,000 strong. I'm super proud that over half of us actually bought additional stock in this opening, totaling almost $1 billion.
That is crazy. 22,000
So
stock
thank you
bought
for
over
that
$1
too.
billion worth of stock on the opening.
But really
where
the
is
thank
price?
yous go to all of you for hanging in there, for keeping a straight spine as the doubters doubt, to achieve historic things, sometimes every day, multiple times a week. Thank you, all of you, for doing this. And I hope today is a day that you feel great about and that you're celebrating. Take a moment. Now, the Falcon Recovery Team can't take a moment today, but everybody else can. And I hope Falcon Recovery Team could take a moment a little bit later. Yeah. And also, thank you to the families, the partners, the plus ones, the children, the brothers, the sisters, the parents that have lived through long nights, that have seen launch failures, that have seen AI compute go down, that have seen kind of the trials and tribulations of this incredibly difficult business. Thank you so much for hanging in there. I know I can't do this without my incredible partner and husband too. I know you all have been a great source of support for all the SpaceX team, and you are a huge part of this success too, so thank you for that. I haven't mentioned Starlink and Starlink Mobile yet. We're probably connected through that, so incredible team to do that, connecting those that are unconnected, and I'm really excited about the future of that. In fact, as I was meeting with literally almost 1,000 people in person over the last 2 weeks and almost 100,000 through telecommunications, hopefully on Starlink, what was clear to me as I was talking about the future and they were asking questions about what we'd achieved and what we're going to achieve, what was clear to me is that we are just beginning. It might feel like a long haul, but it's going to be even more exciting going forward. So thank you again. I want to introduce my boss of 24 years, the chairman of this incredible company, the CEO of this incredible company, and the chief designer of this incredible company,
Elon Musk.
Mr. Elon Musk, who is in Starbase.
Okay, so that was the speech that the guys made earlier. Let's see what else is happening here. We have got a dashboard from the researchers in terms of Elon's wealth. I just have to work out how to use it. Okay, so this is the SpaceX valuation. So at 160, okay, let's look at Elon Musk's net worth. So at 160, holy shit. Wow. I mean, Elon goes, hold on, what's going on here? Hardest, my screen is not, I'm showing the wrong thing. Am I? Okay, so so if SpaceX goes to $164 or $165, Elon Musk's estimated net worth is 1.46 trillion. So we get the world's first trillionaire human, not company. 1.46 trillion. Can you imagine how much money I've always wondered how you can have 12 kids and how he funds 12 kids. But when you've got 1.46 trillion, it doesn't matter. You can have 1,200 kids. It doesn't actually matter. All right, we are back up at 167 on Blowfin. We are back at 1. Trade them. You can trade on Blowfin. Let's do this just for shits and giggles. If you sign up today and you trade on Variational or on Blowfin, I will give one lucky viewer $10,000 worth of SpaceX in their account on Monday. So sign up on Blowfin. There is a link below. Here is the link here. Sign up on Variational, but use the code OmniRun. If you don't use the code OmniRun, I don't see you and you don't get a points kicker. I will give a $10,000 position in SpaceX to someone. So that's a $10,000 position in SpaceX to someone. Let's have a look at what's going on. Are we getting anything from the NASDAQ yet? Nothing from the NASDAQ. Are we getting anything from... Okay, wait, there is some information coming. The Whoa! Okay, this is the game changer. This is the game changer. The NASDAQ announces that it expects a few more hours before SpaceX shares can begin trading. A few more hours. Additional time is needed to ensure that the IPO is orderly and that we get the right price, the NASDAQ president says. Hardest, you know what that means?
Ouch.
Did you have any plans for tonight? Because I must say I had plans. And now they're saying a few more hours. That's kind of not fair, bro.
That is unfair.
Can we phone anyone? Is there anyone we can phone to expedite this?
Can we phone Elon?
Someone says only 4 more hours for run to stream. You got it. What are we going to talk about for 4 hours? Holy moly. Holy moly, holy moly. Okay, it's going to be a long stream. It's just, let's all get supplies. Let's get, it's hardest, they said a few more hours, bro.
Worried about the camera holding out.
A few more hours. You must be joking. All right, well, let's look at the market in the meantime. Bitcoin 64,299. That's quite good. Near Protocol. I actually attended the Near Protocol call yesterday. Very, very, very good. Very inspiring call. Very bullish. Let's look at some of the other bubbles. I mean, I'm not going to do this for a few more hours, just so you know. So that we all are aligned that I'm not going to be here for a few more hours. Someone says enough time. You guys are all laughing. Enough time for a polo game. Play Titanic the movie or something. Bring the table, tennis table. Everyone's a comedian in the banter office today. Ton up 175. I was on the Ton call yesterday as well. Manny was there and he was speaking about how it's Pavel's priority to make sure Ton actually works. VVV up 12%. Athena up 7%. Probably a good buy at these levels. Let us look at the NASDAQ, the NQ. The NASDAQ 29,643 up 0.6%. Not bad on a day like this. No news on SpaceX yet. This is the data center that they built. This is the biggest data center in the world today. 200,000 GPUs. The reason why they managed to build this is because Elon understands production capacities, and he did this in 245 days from groundbreak to where they are today. Now they're licensing it out to Anthropic. They're licensing it out to Google. So it's definitely the biggest data center in the world, and one of the big core competencies that SpaceX actually have in actually building data centers. Anyway, we continue to look for information where they told us there would not be. Did you guys see this yesterday? I think that this was very, 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 very distasteful. Like really distasteful. Watch this. I want to actually show you two things. Researchers, there is a video like this. There is a video like this where you can just see Michael Saylor's foot tapping and it's subtitled to actually what he's saying. Send me that video because, guys, I want you to hear this. This is what Saylor said yesterday.
And I refused to do it because a troll on Twitter said, hey, you said never sell your Bitcoin. Okay, fine, I'll destroy $100 billion company so that I don't sell my Bitcoin. You know? Well, the point is, I said to you, never sell your Bitcoin. I never said that the company wouldn't sell his Bitcoin. And anybody that's been listening to our...
That's absolutely trolling. I think it was in really bad faith. Anyway, we continue to wait for the SpaceX IPO. They said it's going to be a few more hours. Oh, there's Elon's speech.
Aerospace companies, they build good rockets and everything. They were simply not pursuing the technology that's necessary to make life multiplanetary, to make Star Trek, to make the exciting science fiction futures that we've read about real. And that's what SpaceX is all about, is to take the fiction out of science fiction and create an exciting, inspiring future for everyone. We want to be able to take anyone who wants to go to the moon, anyone who wants to go to Mars, or anyone in the solar system, and maybe beyond the solar system at some point. We want to be able to take you there. Not just a few astronauts. I mean you, literally you. If you watch, whoever you are watching this, SpaceX wants to be able to take you to the moon, take you to Mars, and ultimately beyond. And I'm confident at this point that with the incredible team that we have here at SpaceX, that we will do that for you.
I have a serious question for you. If they said to you today that you could go to the moon on a SpaceX rocket, would you go? Like, would you take the risk now and go to the moon on a SpaceX rocket? Tell me in the comments, yes or no. Would you do it? In the meantime, I'm carrying on looking for information on SpaceX. Let's have a look at this. What is this? Oh, this is just the launch. Oh, they sent another 29 satellites to orbit today, as you can see. Let's see what else is going on here. I think we heard this one.
Good morning.
We did hear that one. We heard that one as well.
Companies, they build good rockets and everything. They were simply not.
Elon is just retweeting. He's just retweeting himself being. Okay, let's see here. Let's go here. They launched a rocket on the same day they launched their share. Can you believe that? Okay, listen, I don't think we can be here for another few hours. I think it's crazy to wait another few hours. What we'll do is the following. We will terminate this stream, and we will potentially, depending on when they start trading and whether we get some kind of indication, we may come back. All right, so listen, if you have not yet signed up for Variational or for Blowfin, sign up on Variational or Blowfin, decentralized exchange where you're mining points, and this is probably the best place to mine the points. It's like Hyperliquid, but you can actually earn an airdrop. And here you can sign up on Blowfin. It's a non-KYC exchange. I will give you a $10,000, or give some lucky viewers, one lucky viewer, a $10,000 open position on one of the platforms. I'll see you guys again later. Well, it depends. Let's just see what, I mean, I can't sit here all day and wait, but if it does happen, I'll be here bringing you the launch live. I was going to bring it. Let's just check one last time if there's any chance that we're getting this now. On Variational, it's there. On the NASDAQ, it's not there. On TradingView, it's not there. All right, so I guess that's us out for today. No, there's nothing there. All right, we'll see you guys again later. Until then, trade well, my friends.